Hi, I'm Amelia. I'm the Executive Director for Single Friendly Church.
And I'm Beth, and I'm the campaign manager.
So we've recently set up an audit for churches, and we've been joined by one of the churches who's carried this audit out. And it's really just to help churches make places that are welcoming and including and valuing single people.
Hi there, my name is Sarah and I'm one of the ministers at West Wickham and Shirley Baptist Church, which is in Croydon, and we completed the audit earlier this year, or at the end of last year.
So I'd just really like to know, what made you decide to complete the audit?
So there were two main reasons for us to do the audit. The first is that we want to be an inclusive church of all people, and so that was a really big driving force. But also a conversation I had with someone from our church who was single, who said that she felt really lonely in church, and that she would kind of end the service, have no one to talk to, and just leave. And I just thought that is the opposite to what we want church to be. And if that is one person's experience, how many other people have had that experience? And as one of the leaders, I just thought, right, that's it, we need to do something. So this was kind of the start of our journey, and someone sent the audit through and we thought, right, this is it, we're going to start.
That's fantastic. Perfect timing, obviously.
Yeah.
And how did you find the process of actually going through and doing the audit?
It was incredibly simple. The audit is really well laid out and really easy to understand. There are some details you need to find, so it's not that you have to dig a little deeper and delve a little deeper, but this process is really straightforward and really easy to kind of follow. So yeah, we found the process was brilliant and very well kind of put together.
Can you sort of who was involved in doing it? Did you have a team, or was it headed up by one person in particular?
So we were sent, one of the guys from our church sent it through to us, who's single, and kind of brought it to our attention, and then we carried it on in our team meeting. So there was a team, our team meeting consists of about 5 of us, so we did it one meeting, and then we sent it off to a few people in our congregation who were single to say, do you think we've got this right? And then it came back to us and we made a few amendments. So it was quite a lengthy process because COVID happened in the middle, but we wanted to try and do it as much justice as possible. So it went backwards and forwards and we had to find some facts and figures and things. But yeah, so there was a team of probably altogether 6 or 7 of us. And then I took the lead a bit later on.
And having worked through the audit, obviously, which you've now done, could you give us an example of any changes that you made?
One of the probably biggest but also easiest change we made was about our language, and about just the way we speak, the examples we use when we're speaking, what's on our website, that kind of thing. And so we were really aware that was changes we could make very quickly. One of the other things, it was just raising awareness, which was really important, because I think it can be a really kind of issue that's kind of pushed to the side and people don't see, but actually just to raise the awareness of this is this can be a problem if we use the wrong language or inappropriate language. It actually can push people to the side and make them feel that they're not welcome here. So that was one of the big changes we made. We also sent out a questionnaire. That was a really useful exercise, and also it gave people a voice who maybe wouldn't have voiced those opinions in a church meeting or anything else, but they were able to anonymously share how they really felt. And that's been one of the saddest things to read, but also one of the most important to realise actually these are where we can make the changes. And we kind of fed that back into what was in the audit as well. And we've also just set up a small working group of people so that we can really start to kind of lay a foundation, so that when we can meet back at church, we've already got a foundation that's been laid of, right, we are going to be inclusive and this is how we can be more single friendly. So that's where we're at the moment.
That sounds amazing. It's just incredible to hear what you've done and how sort of creative you've been and work with your sort of members of church. I love the idea of doing the questionnaire and really getting that feedback from them. You've sort of got that raw data then, haven't you, which is brilliant. I know some people that have, thought about it, thought, oh, that's a great thing to do, we're not quite sure, dip their sort of toe in the water, maybe come on our initial introductory webinar. But are there any tips or advice you could just give, and encouragement perhaps to people who are thinking about doing the audit?
Yeah, I mean, I would just say, just do it. It's such a worthwhile thing to do. And I think, if we're wanting to be like Jesus and we're wanting to love God and love others, how can we do that? And how can we be church if we're not being inclusive? And so I think it's more than just an audit. I really feel it's a tool to help us be the people that Jesus and the church Jesus wants us to be. So yeah, I just really encourage you. And also, you might look at it and think, oh my goodness, it's huge, but when you break it down, it's really not. And I think it's important to have someone who's passionate about it, but equally, if there's a team of people who are willing to just go through and talk it through, that's the most important thing. So yeah, just please do it. It's one of the, I think you'll find it really beneficial to you as a church. That's what we found.
That's really good to hear, and I just hope that people sort of feel your passion for it. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.